Steeler Nation, before we talk about Connor Heyward in this video, I want to give a quick shout out to my co-host, Pittsburgh Owen, and our little adventure doing the Steel City Syndicate podcast. We aired episode number 2 today, talking about from Pickett, the quarterback, to Pickens. So it is a 45-minute podcast thereabouts, talking all things Pittsburgh Steelers. So if you have time, go back and check that out. But however, we are here today to talk about Connor Heyward and where does Connor Heyward fit with this Pittsburgh Steelers team. Now, on the roster, Connor Heyward is situated as tight end / fullback, but he's also played running back in his career too with Michigan. So I wanted to break down just a little bit where, logically, where is he going to fit? Where is he going to fit with his Pittsburgh Steelers team? We do have minicamp coming up in a few short days. I think it's like May 12th to May 14th. We have rookie minicamp. So all the rookies get together, drafted, undrafted. Every single rookie goes there to start to learn the game, start to learn how to be a Pittsburgh Steeler, and start to show to the coaches who they are. And they're vying to make the team, no matter if you are Kenny Pickett or if you're Chris or the Durkin, right? They're vying to make the team. So to me, it's going to be very interesting to watch this fella, Connor Heyward, because he is Cam Heyward's younger brother. Now, they do say, the coaches have said, or Tomlin has said, we didn't just choose him because he was a relative of Cameron Heyward, but it does help. It certainly does help because they know what impact and what kind of a true Steeler Cameron Heyward is. So that will also, when you're rubbing shoulders, when you're playing with your brothers like that, they're the fourth set of brothers in the team. But I was thinking yesterday, I was like, how does this fella make the team? We already have Derek Watt at fullback, right? Does that mean Derek Watt is cut? Are they going to use Connor Heyward now as fullback and he's going to be the brother who's going to be the fullback? I don't think that happens. I think Derek Watt has his fullback role there and leads Najee, right? And then you go into the position of tight ends, right? And if you go through the tight ends, you have Freiermuth, Kevin Rader. I can't pronounce his name. What is it? Jace Sternberger and Zach Gentry. You have 5 tight ends in this locker room, right? We all know for a fact that Pat Freiermuth will be having tight end number 1. Now, in my opinion, I think Zach Gentry proved himself last year to be a pretty good blocker, run blocker, and pass catcher in certain scenarios, right? I think it was last year when he had that screen and he ran like 25 yards and almost knocked over someone. So I think Gentry will be the tight end number 2. I don't think they're signing back Eric Ebron. That's not going to happen, right? So then it leaves, if the Steelers do go with 3 tight end set, right, and fullback, Derek Watt's a fullback. So there's no room to be, and you wouldn't carry 2 fullbacks, right? But if you do go and, you lock up Pat Freiermuth, number 1 for sure. Zach Gentry's number 2, okay? Who would be the third? So it comes down to Kevin Rader, Connor Heyward, and Jace Sternberger, right? These 3 fellas all have a chance to be tight end number 3. So I'm starting to think it's pretty much an open competition. But I wanted to start with this first. Before I go into his stats, I wanted to start with just the height of all these men, right? Because height is a big factor being a tight end. Freiermuth is 6 foot, 6'5". Radar is 6'4". Sternberger is 6'4", and Gentry is a massive 6'8". The shortest guy in the locker room, the shortest guy at tight end is Connor Heyward at 6 foot. But does that overly matter? I'm not too sure. Because if you use him as a third tight end, you already have Gentry and Freiermuth to be the big fellas to go down the field or to create those blocking lanes. And if you were to bring in a third tight end package, maybe you use Connor Heyward that way. But how rare does it happen? If the Steelers go with 3 tight end set, how rare does it happen? So Connor Heyward hasn't got the height, but he sure is physical. I saw highlights before doing this video. He is physical. he's a bulldozer. Um, just the way he gets his pad level down and just rocks people, right? Because I'm going to go into his stats now too, because he's also done some rushing and receiving. So he's been playing at Michigan State for 5 years. Rushing in total, he has 211 attempts for 825 yards, 3.9 average. That's not the best, but it's okay. It's okay for maybe a fullback slash running back tight end, kind of bloke, right? Receiving has 711, 7.4, and 11 TDs in total. So he has 1,500 yards in 5 years from scrimmage. To me, that's pretty good, right? So there's a chance if he can't be a tight end, is there a chance that he could play running back? That is something I think we need to ponder over the rookie minicamp to see where his snaps go. We could see him being, the ball being handed off to him from Chris Oladukin or Kenny Pickett. They could be handing the football off to Connor Heyward. Now, one thing of note too, I wanted to look into his other stats. And for the first 2 years, he used to be a kick and punt returner. And those stats aren't too bad either. For the returns that he did get, he was getting 20 yards per average, right? Which is pretty good in my opinion. So could we see him at, doing kick returns? I'm not too sure. We have Oshesky as our returner. And there's some other blokes too that can also fill in too. Like Calvin Austin might be, just because of his sheer speed, he might be the second guy back there. But this begs the question: where do you think, guys? Because I don't know. I really don't know where he's going to fit. I'm trying to rack my head around. To me, Connor Heyward won't go fullback, right? Because that's Derek Watt's position. So let's scrap that out. He can't go tight end number 1. That's Frymouth. He can't go tight end number 2 because that's Gentry. I think Gentry would be tight end number 2. If we go into the 2022 season and we carry another tight end, 3 tight ends, which I think we've done before, we can do that. Will he be tight end number 3 / running back? Because when you go through the running backs, we haven't got a true second running back. If you go through the running backs, we have Snell. We have Najee as number 1, right? We have Snell, McFarland, Trey Edmonds, and then 2 undrafted free agents. I always pronounce this guy's name wrong. Pittsburgh Owen did a fantastic video on this bloke. Durant Mateo and Jalen Warren are the 2 guys that are undrafted, right? Free agents. So in my opinion, if you're going to carry some running backs, does he have a chance to be fullback / running back / tight end and play all the positions? And you bring him out in that third spot for tight end, Connor Heyward, that is, the third spot at tight end. You put him there, and then he's almost like an extra backer, right? You have Najee Harris. If Snell makes a team, if McFarland makes a team, that's 3 running backs. And then you have tight end / running back could be used for Connor Heyward. I don't know. I was trying to put my head around this, and I couldn't figure out if Connor Heyward does make the team, right? Because we need him to firstly make the team. But where would he fit with the Pittsburgh Steelers? And you just got to go through it logically and think, well, Derek Watt, I don't think he will lose his position. Frymouth, Gentry, they're sweet. So then it becomes down to the last tight end position at number 3 in the depth chart. Maybe he can be used in the 3rd spot, that he can play some special teams, get some tackles, and also, if needed to be counted upon, he could be used in the running game as well, behind Najee and possibly behind Benny Snell Jr. And then, of course, we will see what would happen with Jalen Warren and Mateo Durant. Because when you look at the running back room, Trey Edmonds has always been off and on. Practice squad, he's played in a few games. He had that one big run, I think it was 2 years ago, for 45 yards, right? McFarland's been injured a little bit, and Snell can't run further than 2 yards. So it has Connor Heyward been drafted not only to be a tight end / fullback, to be a running back? That to me is the question. And hopefully over the weekend, over the mini camp weekend, we get some more information. Maybe if they're handing the ball more than usual than just a fullback or a tight end, but maybe he can play that role of 3rd tight end and possibly a backup running back. Hey guys, thank you for checking out another video from the Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate. I'm your host, Mark. I do appreciate all the comments, all the views. And if you do like the content, please hit that subscribe and I'll see you later.